Clostridium tetani, the lockjaw pathogen. The pathogen known as Clostridium tetani, otherwise known as tetanus, is one of the most dangerous pathogens on Earth. The reason for this claim is because of the way it infects the person. It does not spread from person to person like the way a normal vaccine-preventable disease works, but instead stays in one place, such as rusted metal, soil, manure, and dust. It enters by cuts in the skin. Often people who get infected don't even know that they are infected until they start to get sick. This is why it is important to get the TD vaccine and why Clostridium tetani is extremely dangerous. The first section of this report will be on the pathogen itself and how it is transmitted. The bacteria that comprises tetanus is usually found in soil, dust, rusted iron, and manure. Contact with infected surfaces is the only way to catch tetanus, since unlike other vaccine-preventable diseases, you can't catch it from an infected person. Tetanus infects the host through breaks through the skin, such as stepping on a rusted nail or getting dust in an open wound. The CDC states on their website that the incubation period, time from exposure to illness, is usually between 3 and 21 days, average 8 days. However, it may range from 1 day to several months, depending on the kind of wound. Most cases occur within 14 days. However, more extreme cases involving heavily contaminated wounds will have a shorter incubation period. The second section of this report will be about the symptoms and complications that arise from being infected with the pathogen. Tetanus is a disease that infects and attacks the muscles of the body, similar to how a rusted chain will lock up and not move as well as an unrusted piece of metal. The first symptom of tetanus is the stiffening of the jaw muscles and tightening of the jaw. Other symptoms include jaw cramping, muscle spasms, pain and stiffness of the muscles all over the body, trouble swallowing and breathing, headaches and sweating, and fever and change in blood pressure. In more extreme cases, rapid changes of the heart rate can occur along with violent seizures. Certain complications caused by tetanus include fractures and laryngospasm, as well as blockage of the main artery of the lung and aspiration. Pneumonia, a disease caused by salvia getting into the lungs. The probability of death caused by tetanus and its complications is every 2 in 10 cases, as stated by the CDC. Tetanus can lead to death. 1 to 2 in 10 cases are fatal. The third section of this essay will discuss the steps that can be taken in order to prevent the infection as well as treat it. When an infected person is brought to the hospital after being infected, they will be asked if they had any recent cuts or scrapes, and then the wound will be examined for any signs of infection. If the patient is infected, they will be immediately subjected to intensive wound care and will be administered a medication called human tetanus immune globulin, otherwise known as TIG, along with other drugs to control muscle spasms and help with breathing. The CDC states that depending on how serious the infection is, a machine may be required to help someone with tetanus breathe. The easiest and best way to prevent tetanus is to get the vaccination, but you can also prevent the disease by properly cleaning your wounds and having proper hygiene. This is why the pathogen known as Clostridium tetani, otherwise known as tetanus, is one of the most dangerous pathogens on Earth. Works cited about tetanus disease. Lockjaw Center for Disease Control. https://www.cdc.gov/tetanus/about/index.html:/:text tetanus %20 different %20 from %20 other wounds %20 caused %20 by %20 contaminated %20 objects